Well, hello there, this is now episode 27 of Titan Quest Let's Play. And we're now already in Crete since the last episode. And this part I actually wanna really speed up through because there's nothing really substantial happens around here. But whilst we're speeding up through it, perhaps I can talk a bit about some of the skills. I actually thought I'll talk a bit about the Onslaught skill in a Warfare Mastery. As you know, Onslaught is pretty much the central tree in the Warfare. It's big, and you start at pretty much the base skill you get in the very beginning from the first tier, and it stretches till the last tier with 3 other skills, which are the synergies. And the main thing about Onslaught is that it's all about the increased damage output with each consecutive hit. So it builds charge levels basically, so you get at level 1 it gives more damage, and at level 2 it'll give even more, at level 3 even more, and so on and so forth. And it's also a left mouse button skill, so you can replace your default attack with Onslaught, so you can use that for regular attack instead. And yeah, here are a few other benefits of Onslaught, which are all about its mechanics. One of the things about it, and this is something not so obvious from the skill description, and feel free to correct me if I am wrong, but the way it works is that it starts, the first charge level will do the damage that's listed, but by the time it gets to the final charge level, it will actually do double the damage. So for example, you get at level 8, where it says plus 50% damage, it'll do plus 50% on the first charge level, and then it'll start building, adding more damage to it on each consecutive charge level. Once it gets to the charge level 8, it will do double of the 50%, so it will be an extra 100%. And then for each hit you'll do after that, it'll just remain on 100%. And you can actually see, because Onslaught is actually accounted for in your DPS, if you actually build up several charge levels, which are indicated by the yellow rings around the character. If once you build the charge levels, if you quickly go into your character screen, you will see that the DPS will actually be higher than your normal one. And as the charge levels will start dropping, you'll notice your DPS will start dropping back down as well, back down to your default value. And the other skills, the synergies that you get with Onslaught, which are Ignore Pain, Hamstring, and Ardor, they will only be active once the Onslaught is active, so you're not gonna get their benefits if you're not actually attacking anyone. But as soon as at least the first charge level of Onslaught has appeared, then those bonuses instantly switch on. And also another thing that's actually not too obvious, is that it was actually a little bit of a description bug, is that if you notice in the Hamstring skill, it says it reduces defensive ability by a flat amount, but in reality it actually reduces defensive ability by a percentage. So it's actually stronger than it looks. So that means if you reduce enemy defensive ability by a percentage, it means it doesn't matter how much defensive ability they have, it will always reduce by a huge amount, and eventually at a certain amount of value of points in Hamstring, you'll pretty much decrease 100% of the enemy's defensive ability, so pretty much the defensive ability becomes void. And so yeah, these are some of the things you should know about concerning Onslaught, which, as you can see, means it's a really useful skill for any Warfare class. It's pretty much a must get if you've got a Warfare. Okay then, and we're now approaching the first of the 2 side quests that we were gonna do in this episode. There, so we've spoken to this NPC, Xanthippus, the healer, and as the name suggests, he's a healer. And so now, what we've got to do is we've got to retrieve his staff, because when he was in the cave, one of the big spiders snuck up on him and took his staff away. I don't know what the spider has with that staff, but we got to get the staff back, otherwise he won't be able to heal people. And it's actually located in this cave, but you can explore other parts of this cave as well. There's more spiders and other creatures around here. Notice how you get quite a bit of life leech caused by these spiders. If you notice this little red thing that they cast on you, it's actually life leech. So if you do have any life leech resistance, it could be useful here. We seem to have gotten an artifact formula, and actually I would really need to get myself an artifact real soon. I mean, we're almost at the end of Act 1 and I still haven't gotten one. Of course, it would be a lot easier if you can, you know, if this is not your first character, if you already have a bunch of other artifact formulae and relics, like all the ingredients stashed away in the Titan Quest vault, you can always transfer them to your character. But if it's your first character, it could be a little hard. And we are here imitating, pretending to be like a first character, because I'm not gonna really tweak this character because most people didn't want me to. But yeah, in these kind of cases, you just have to, if you do desperately want any ingredient for any of the artifacts, you'll have to just do some farming, and you have to know which areas to farm to get a specific relic or monster charm. Okay, we're now approaching the place with the staff. It's right here in this box, and that's the spider. But we're gonna first get, oh my god, this blast fang as well. We're just gonna get the shrine first, because it would be nice to use the effects of the shrine on all these enemies around here. This is a bit of a pretty impressive fight here, because we've got the quest monster spider and also a bat monster hero and a bunch of other creatures attacking us. It's surprising this wasn't too hard actually. You just have to just walk around and cast all your best skills really. And watch your health, of course. Whenever you get swarmed by a lot of monsters, you always watch your health. Right. They all went down. Just gonna finish some of these guys quickly first, and then we'll get that staff. Okay. Now where is it? There it is. Open the chest. You won't be able to open this chest until you've killed the quest Arachnos. There's the staff. There we go. But yeah, until you've killed the quest Arachnos, you won't be able to actually open that chest. So you can't just take it and run away. You have to kill the quest monster. Alright, so what's left now is to simply return the stuff to the healer, which we'll do as soon as we kill these last few guys. Let's have a look what we've got here. So we've got this... Nah, this helmet is not as good as what we've got. Unless we specifically need cold resistance, we don't really need it. But yeah, there we go, we've explored the whole cave. Now let's come out and meet with the healer.
Aha! Thank you, stranger. My healing staff.
You're welcome.
Please, let me...
Whoa, that was a bit loud. But yeah, let me just show you here in the side quests. We've completed that side quest, Xanthippus the healer. And notice how the potions he's given us as a reward are actually the greater potions. So they're actually better than the ones we've got right now. So don't go wasting them. Right, anyway, so now we're gonna continue along this way. And we're gonna come across the location of our next side quest real soon. It's literally just across a couple more camps. And this is a part I should probably skip through as well, because nothing much happens, just tons and tons of Maynards going crazy out of their minds trying to kill us. I like this, look at that, one hit each. And let the burn damage just finish them all off. Of course it didn't finish all of them off, but it finished most of them off, which is not bad. Alright, gonna skip all this as well. It's just too much pointless fighting going on in here. Come on! Come on! Come on! Alright, I think we're just gonna... Alright, it's just this way. If you notice already on the map, there's an indicator showing a cave and entrance. Well, it's actually a crypt, but... Alright, before we're gonna go in, I wanna go back and sell some of the junk that we picked up. Alright, so now back from the merchants. And whilst I was looking through my inventory, I found this really nice amulet, which gives us tons of defensive ability, and I actually want to equip it. If you look here with our offensive and defensive ability, there. We've now lost a little bit of offensive ability, but we've gained quite a bit of defensive ability, and even though defensive ability is not really that essential at these early parts of the game, I still couldn't really pass up equipping this 31 defensive ability is pretty good this early on. And now we've got almost 200 defensive ability, which can last us pretty much until Act 3, But yeah, we're going to be fighting a side quest monster here, skeleton hero called Leucus. And he's not too hard in normal difficulty, but he's fairly challenging in epic and legendary. And you can consider him as a pretty good precursor to the Minotaur. He actually has a very similar style. He uses onslaught, which I've talked about earlier in this video. And that's why he's generally very offensive in nature, just like the Minotaur Lord, which you'll fight at the end of the labyrinth. So this is actually quite a nice way to test whether you're ready to face the Minotaur. That's why I would highly recommend you to do this side quest every time you play the game, really, because if you struggle on fighting Leucus, then you're going to have a lot of trouble with the Minotaur Lord as well. So that's why you can adjust your strategy accordingly whilst fighting him, and then you'd be ready to face the Minotaur as well. And now we're almost there. I'm just gonna finish off some of these last few monsters in this room, and finish looting all the sepulchres. If you notice the way over there in the middle, that's where he is actually. We're gonna go there in a sec. And there's always a risk. Whenever you're looting, there's always a risk that monsters from the nearby room are gonna just come in and start bugging you. Alright, let's go and fight Leucus. There he is, in shining blue armor. And he's got a bunch of minions, but they're not really too hard. Notice our squall pretty much killed most of them. And notice the yellow rings around him, that's the onslaught. And the reason I say he's harder in epic and legendary is because he starts using the hamstring skill, and that means that he will reduce your defensive ability, and therefore his blows will deal a lot more damage to you. And not only that, but also with the hamstring he will also be slowing down your movement, which means that once you start getting low on health and want to retreat to heal, your movement speed will be severely slowed down, and so it will be really hard to get away from him, and he'll keep pummeling you. Right, we seem to picked up a helmet here, which is nicer than the one we've got right now. Gives us more armor and also some piercing resistance. The only thing is we'll have to take off pristine plumage from the old helmet, which I will do. I'll visit one of the enchanters and do that before the next video, because we really value all that poison resistance that the pristine plumage gives us. Right, and yeah, we're going to exit this crypt through this way around. It's actually this dungeon that goes around in a circle, so you can enter from one way and then leave through another way, and therefore manage to clean it out completely this way. And yeah, we're gonna be leveling up soon. It's not gonna happen in this video, but it will be sometime in the early stages of the next one, perhaps. But yeah, I'm wondering what to go for in the next level up, because we do want to get our defense mastery up and running. I want to get to the next tier because there'll be some nice skills in the next tier. But I also don't want to leave the storm skills behind, like the squall. That's why with the hybrid classes it can be tricky, because you always split between the physical side of things and the spellcasting side of things. You can't really neglect any of those parts, because otherwise you pretty much lose out on a huge chunk of skills that you could potentially use. Whoa, double the scroll. One of those scrolls is mine and one is the enemy's. Alright, they got what they deserved. Oh, there's some more. We can't leave them alive. Well, alright then. Across this bridge, which looks a lot like the previous one across. Kairatos Bluff. We'll stop here. We're almost at the Knossos Palace, and we're gonna get there in the next episode. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.